Assalamu alaikum, everyone.
Alaikum assalam.
How are you all doing?
Good. Fine. What about you? Fine. Fine. What about you?
How are you doing, Abdullah?
I'm fine.
Okay, that's good, Abdullah. How are you, Aneen?
I'm fine.
That's very good, Aneen. And how is Javeria?
I'm good, miss. How are you?
I'm good, dear. We are still waiting for others to connect with their audio and join us. Hi, Anya.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm good.
Okay, we are
Miss.
going for around around 1 or 2 more minutes, and then we'll start our session. Yes, your raised hand, I can see.
Hanya?
You want
Hanya's hand got pen today.
we are going to write down the story that we started yesterday. Remember, we started a story yesterday?
Yes.
Yes. You chose an
We started theme and object.
Yeah, a theme, a character, and an object, and that character automatically will become your major character. You may revolve the whole story around that particular character, the problem that that particular character is going to face, and how important that particular object is in the life of that character or to the story itself. Okay. So there are 2-3 things that you need to take care of. Your major character should be that character which you have chosen from that worksheet. That object should play a very major role in the story which you are writing. And then there is a theme as well which you have selected. So you should make sure that there is a hint upon that theme in that story throughout. Okay. Your story should, in the course of the story, you should keep changing your paragraphs. If you are including dialogues, well and good. You know a lot about setting now. You know how to write down title. We have practiced all that. I know that it's a short course, so we did not do, that was not in um, a lot of detail, but yes, we did quite many activities, like we are doing a lot on plot as well. So I think that's it. Others will keep joining us. What we'll do is that we will start with our today's activity. I'll guide Abdullah little about what we have already done. Abdullah, I'll give you 3 things, okay? And you will have to write down your story based on those 3 things, okay? So those 3 things basically will include one object, okay? One theme and one character, okay? So nobody chose yesterday. Just a second. Let me see if I can share that. Just a second. I'd like to share that worksheet with you.
Assalamu alaikum, miss.
Walaikum assalam. So Aban, you are here.
Yes, miss.
That's very good, Aban. Aban, we are writing down the story that we started yesterday, right? Okay,
Yes,
you
miss.
know that today's first half an hour will be devoted to that. Okay, now Abdullah, I'll be talking to you. I'll give you 3 things. I have opened the worksheet for myself. I'm not sharing that with everyone so that nobody distracted at all. Okay, so Abdullah, your object will be a broken window. Okay, so a broken window is your object. Write it down. This is for Abdullah only. Okay. A white lie is your theme. Okay, a white lie, a lie which has been told on the face of anyone. Okay, very blatantly, without any shame. So that becomes a white lie. Okay.
What's my theme?
Dear, your theme is a white lie, and a white lie is a lie that is spoken shamelessly, very blatantly, on somebody's face. Okay. So a white lie is your theme. A broken
White lie or a white line?
A white lie. Lie. Truth. Okay. A broken window is your object. Okay. And a very tall man. No, a new resident is your character. Okay. So yesterday I showed them a few cards and they selected themselves. Since you were not there, I'm selecting some very interrelated object, theme, and characters for you. Okay. So a broken window, a white lie, and a new resident. These are your 3 major things.
Is resident or president?
Yes, Abdullah.
Resident or president?
What did you say, Abdullah? Loudly.
Is that president or resident?
Resident. Resident. Yeah. Okay.
Okay, miss.
That's very good. Okay, half an hour for that story to be continued. Now everybody will write down a story. Abdullah, you will start from the very beginning. Yeah, please start. Please start. Give some time to your beginning. Okay. Try to introduce your character, your setting, a bit of the problem that they are going to face in the beginning of your story. Okay. So there should be a proper paragraph in the beginning. Or maybe if you want to begin with a dialogue, through dialogue, you should try to introduce your setting, your character. Okay. Even that can be done through dialogue as well, where they are living, what they are facing, who are the people who are around them. Okay. So just take care of all of it and then start. Think carefully and then start. Okay. Without a conflict, without a problem, there is no story. So you have to make your protagonist face a challenge, a problem. Okay. A conflict has to be there. Abdullah, dear, you are writing or typing?
I'm typing.
I thought you were typing.
Miss, do we have to submit it with your email ID?
Again, Abdullah, loudly, beta, and clearly.
Miss, do we have to submit this on your email ID?
Yes. After half an hour, you will see started working on this yesterday. revolve around the character which I have given you. Which character did I give you? A new resident, right? A broken window and a white lie. White lie is your theme. I think these are so very well connected. You can easily give your new resident a name. You can try to a bit describe his personality, whether he was naughty or not, whether he was very social, very active, very playful or not. I'm taking the word so that you will get a hint, okay, on how to write down your story. Then was he in habit of playing in the streets and all that? If it was so, how the window was broken, what happened, who told the lie to whom, and all that. You see, I'm trying to build the story for you. Yes.
Can I add more than one character?
Of course, dear. That character which I have given you is your major character, okay? Of course, you have to have some minor characters as well. Okay, if that major character is your protagonist or your hero, it means that you have to have a villain as well in your story. There can be a villain as well. So against protagonist, you can have an antagonist, right?
Okay. Okay. Thank you, Miss.
Okay, dear.
Yes, what are we doing now?
Yes, dear. Asjad, you are asking now, Asjad, you have been here for such a long time, dear. You didn't understand?
No, my internet is not working properly.
Okay, okay, then Asjad, we started a story yesterday.
Yes.
Remember? You selected one theme, you selected one object, you selected one character, isn't it? So, and I told you that you need to think of the title, you need to
Yes.
think of the basic sketch of the story or basic structure of the story, and we'll write down the story today. So that's what we are going to do. Okay? We are writing down the story today.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Miss?
Yes, dear.
Miss, I couldn't hear you, so could we repeat what we have to do?
Yes, dear. Again. Who cannot hear me? Am I not audible to everyone?
You are audible.
Am I audible? That's very good. And in any case, we are not speaking much, isn't it so? So we just keep writing down our story.
Miss, your voice was glitching, so I couldn't hear what we have to do.
Dear Hanya, we started a story yesterday. Everyone else can hear me. I think there is something wrong with the laptop. You yesterday as well. You had a problem. It's okay, no problems. Hanya, we started a story yesterday.
Yes, Miss, yesterday.
Yes, dear. We are going to keep working on that story today. Properly, you are going to write down your beginning, middle, and end of the story and share it with us at the end of half an hour or maybe 40 minutes. Because I have other things planned. Once you will share very quickly, I'll move on to other things.
Miss, can we write a horror story?
Of course, why not? You can select any genre, a fairy
Let's do
tale,
it.
story, a fable, a parable, anything. It has to be a short story. And it has to make some sense. Okay, horror does not mean something which comprises of nonsense. Okay, so it has to be something very sensible. Hamna, you are quite late today. Isn't it so, Hamna? Hamna, we are writing down a story that we started yesterday. Okay. Hi, Hamna. Okay, for everyone, if you feel that you can type very fast and keep thinking at the same time, you can do that. If you feel that you can write and think very fast at the same time, then you should do that only. Okay, because it happens that sometimes we can't really think that fast when we are typing. Okay, and we are so much in flow of writing, it becomes easier for us to think and write at the same time. So it's very much up to you. I'll prefer that you write down at this point instead of typing, but if you want to type, you can type it, because of course at the end of the day, at the end of this session, I'll ask you to submit your stories to me. Then of course
Miss?
go ahead with typing. If you feel you can type and think at the same time, go ahead with that.
Miss, if
Yes.
I am writing on a paper, so I have to send you a picture.
That too can be done. That okay, let's do one thing. This story will be shared only in the session, okay? Because I know that some of you are very young and it becomes very hectic to type it and then send it to me through email. So we won't do this with this story. You will share the story with me during the session only, and that's it. We are done with this task.
Miss, can I read the story and tell you?
Yes, of course, you will read it and tell me.
Okay.
Sharing means once you have all written down your stories, I'll ask you one by one to share your stories. And that's it. No typing and sending it to me through email. I know that it becomes difficult for some.
Miss, so we will review the stories.
I'll ask you to read the story for me today during the session after 40 minutes. Okay. Hamna and Khadija, assalamu alaikum. Hamna and Khadija, assalamu alaikum. Please respond.
Walaikum assalam.
Walaikum assalam. That's very good, dear. Hamna did not respond to me at all, though I asked her earlier as well about joining late. People joined us late. Yes, dear. So, but you know the task. Hamna and Khadija, do you know the task, dear? Yes?
Yes, Miss.
Okay, dear. Then you have already selected your object, your theme and character. Please start writing down your stories. Some of these students have not muted their mics. Kindly mute your mic. Khadija, Azjad, Hania has done it. Haneen, Khadija, Hamna. Hello, Ishal.
Hi, Miss.
How are you doing, Ishal?
Fine.
Ishal, your story is ready?
Yes?
Because we started our session at 4:30 and in 10 minutes time, I'll ask people to share their stories with me, maximum 15 minutes. Have you worked on your story a bit?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, Miss. I've started on my story, but I have not finished it yet.
Okay, dear. You have 15 minutes. You can work on your story, finish it, and then share with us.
Miss, I'm joining from another PC. My other PC is not charged yet. It is really low in charging.
Okay. Will you be able to share your story? Read it to us.
Yes, I'll try. Wait. I'll just go check how much it's charged.
That's very good, Ishal. Thank you.
Come.
तो ना सब क्लास पे अटेंड कर सब बच्चों छा मतलब सब रोल पट्टू समोसा पट्टी भाई अलग
Please kindly mute your mic.
इतना मैं कपे कौन समोसा पट्टू रिवॉर्डसन था या बेकमेंट
अस्सलाम वालेकुम मैम
Walaikum assalam, dear. Nahal, we are working on the same story that we started yesterday. You are a bit late there today. No problems. You can just keep working on the story we started yesterday. An object, a theme, and a character you selected yesterday. Did you think of the structure of your story, Nahal?
yes ma'am
You did? Okay. Then there I want a very short story. Maybe 3 paragraphs, maybe 4 paragraphs. Not more than that. Okay?
okay ma'am
Okay, dear. Start writing, please.
okay ma'am let me get my book
Okay, dear.
Miss, I'm done.
Please try to write down the ending of your story. We are okay. We have just 5 more minutes. Okay. We are about to end this activity and then you are going to share.
Mom, I don't know. I don't know what to write. I just know a few words.
No
Yeah,
problem. I'll enjoy your few words, Haneen. Whatever you have written down, just share that with us very, very proudly. And I understand completely that you are a very young child. Okay. So whatever you have written down, just share that with us. Okay.
Okay.
Good, dear.
Miss, my story is done.
That's very good, Aban. Aban,
Yes, miss.
why have you written down Hanya as your username there? Hanya is the name of your sister?
Yes, miss. Last time I think so. She had done a meeting, so
Okay,
her
okay.
name was written.
That's why.
Because I had to come quickly because I was already 5 minutes late. That's why I did it quickly, and didn't erase the name.
That's very good, dear. I could easily understand that it's your sister's name.
Yes, miss. Miss, I should share my story in the end of the session.
No, now. But not just now. I'm about to ask you. I'm just giving them 1 or 2 more minutes, the ones who are writing. And then I'll start with you, Aban, because you are the first one who has finished his story.
Okay, miss.
Yeah, Aban, in which grade you are?
Miss, I'm in 4th grade.
And school?
Your kid school.
Okay. How about the schools? The schools are closed now, right?
Yes, miss.
Yes. And we do not know anything about examination as well. I don't know whether they'll be held or not.
Yes, miss. I also don't know when will my exams be held.
Probably towards end of May, or maybe later than that as well. It can be. Exams can be postponed.
Because of Corona as well.
Yes, dear. So your online classes will start, Aman?
Yes, miss.
School. Okay.
Ma'am, I am done. Ma'am, can I join from the other device in which I have a story? I have the story.
Yes, dear. Why not? Isha, you can leave in 1 minute.
Yes, I'll be right back.
Isha, your story is done.
No, miss, just a few sentences left.
Okay. So Aban first, Nahal second. Okay, and I'm waiting for the third one to say that they are done with their story. And do remind me. I'm telling you, even if I forget, let me know.
I'm
Okay,
done.
Aban. Okay, Aban first, Nahal second, Abdullah third. Okay, in this series you are going to share. Asjad, you want to say something, Asjad?
No.
Yes, yes. Do you know that this is the first story that you are writing down live for me, isn't it so? Till now, in all these sessions, I was the one who was speaking and speaking and speaking and bombarding you with activities and all that, isn't it so? But since it's a writing course, it's really necessary that I make you write something in front of me without anybody's help, right? So that's why this is very important that you sit down and write down a few things for me. Otherwise, the writing course is not justified. Plus, I have been told, I've been requested to slow the pace of the course time and again. So that's what I tried to do through this activity.
Miss, I'm done.
That's very good. It means Aban, Nahar, Abdullah, and then Javeria. Okay, Javeria will be fourth. Okay, Abdullah, you're third. Okay, in the series of sharing.
Miss,
Yes.
is Mahnur your daughter?
How do you know, Manur?
In the Utech session, in the Adobe Illustrator session, Mahnur was sending picture by Lubna Farhan Ali. So I think that
We can save personal conversations for maybe after the session, isn't it so? You can ask me on the message and I'll reply you.
Okay.
Right? And since you are nearing the end of your stories, I need to ask you a very, very important thing which I kind of missed. Yes. Last week, a session was postponed. Isn't it so?
Yes,
That
miss.
session, we have to arrange for that
Yes,
session
miss.
now. Yes, dear.
Miss.
Please
Peanut
tell
is
me
on the office.
when all of you are available. Tomorrow, at what time you all will be available? Just tell me. I thought that I'll keep it. I'll keep the discussion in the live session so that everybody will be able to give me their input. Okay. So tell me.
For the whole day, I'm available because it's my weekend.
Okay. What about you?
Ma'am,
And yet,
Okay, dear.
ma'am,
What about, yeah, dear.
please do it from the evening because I have my online classes in the morning
In the morning, you have your online classes, of course, because
till
these schools are
1:30.
okay till 1:30. Yes, some students have till 2 o'clock. Some students have till 1:30. Yes, I agree completely. So when should we hold our session? Tell me.
I think
Weekend?
on 4:30.
At Saturday. It's at
Because
Saturday.
I know Asjad will be taking his online class tomorrow at 4:30 around. Is it so, Asjad?
Yes.
Okay, I understand it.
Miss, I have a class from 4:30 to 6 o'clock. I'm free from 6 o'clock till any time.
6 o'clock till any time. What
It's
about
Saturday or Friday.
Saturday or Friday? Saturday or Friday? Okay, in that case, Friday what time?
Miss, I'm free
3
before
p.m.
4:30.
Hello, miss.
Okay, Friday 3 is too early. Beta, for Friday 3 is too early. There is a lot that needs to be done on Friday. So maybe 4:30?
Okay.
Friday 4:30? Okay, but I'll take
Friday 4:30.
Tell me, Nahal, Friday 4:30 is okay for you?
Yes, ma'am.
Can we do it from
Aman,
7
On Friday I get free on 12 o'clock.
okay, no problem. Friday 4:30 is okay for you. Okay. What about Aban? Aban, Friday 4:30?
Okay, miss.
Okay, that's very good. Haneen and Hania, Friday 4:30, you people will be available?
We can be available.
Yes, miss.
Okay.
Yeah,
Hania,
we
thank
can
you.
even be available before that time.
Okay, dear. Thank you. Hania has said yes, so I'll take it as a yes from Hania and Haneen both. Abdullah, you will be available on Friday 4:30, dear?
Yes, miss.
And Abdullah, for your one-on-one session, I'll contact you through message on Saturday or Sunday. We'll decide on the time. Okay, I'll share my Zoom link with you and we are going to be one-on-one, okay, for the session which you missed
Yes,
yesterday.
we're not available on Friday.
Yeah, you are available?
Yes, we are not available on Friday. We have to go somewhere.
You are not available. Okay, Hania and Haneen are not available on Friday. Hania and Haneen, would you be able to join us on Saturday?
Okay,
Saturday or
miss, we can join on Saturday.
Saturday 3:30?
Yeah.
Okay, then Hania and Haneen, Saturday 3:30. Who else will not be available on Friday? Tell me.
Miss, I'm not sure if I'll be available on Saturday, but I can be free on Thursday. I can be free on Thursday.
That will become very difficult. On Thursday, on Friday, on Saturday, how will I arrange a class? Tell me, either Friday or Saturday. We need to,
Let's go. I'll be available on Friday and Saturday.
Saturday, 3:30?
Yeah, let's go.
I'm taking your name.
Yes, miss.
I'm taking Isha's name, Hania and Haneen's name. They'll join me on Saturday. Okay, I'll hold a session for them. Okay, and the rest of these students, including Aban, Nahal, Abdullah, Asjad, Javeria, Hamna, and Khadija,
Yes, miss.
they are going to join me on Friday, 4:30. Is this
4:30 on Friday.
Yeah, dear. Yes, Aman, I took your name for Friday. Is this okay for you?
Okay, miss.
Okay for everyone? Okay. So only Ishal, Hanya, and Haneen are going to join me on Saturday 3:30, right? Okay, so we are done with this discussion. Okay, so Friday I'm going to hold 2 sessions in compensation of that session which I missed, my punishment. So Friday 4:30, half of the class. Saturday 3:30, 3 of the students. Okay. Now, and we are now going to start sharing the stories which you have written down. This is very, very important that you listen to each other's story. I had saved, let me show you. 5, 1, 2, complete the story, fun story writing. Then this character, setting, and so many other things for you today to be shared and worked upon. If not, we'll do it in the next session. I think we have one extra session that we are arranging on Friday, and then our regular sessions in the next week, that is Monday and Tuesday. You know, our course is nearing the end now. Yes, it's a 4-week course. Yes, next week is the 4th week. So we are done with characters, we are done with setting, we're done with plot development, almost everything, isn't it so? What is left is only
So there will be
vocabulary. Yes, Asjad.
so there will be any class in Ramzan?
No, dear, it's a 1-month course, 4-week course, and next week is the 4th week.
Miss,
Okay.
should I tell my story to you now?
Yes, dear. That's it. We are done with everything. We have decided on our session as well.
Should I start?
Yes, please do.
Topic: the funny tall man says pain. Once lived a tall funny man. He laughed on. No. Once lived a tall funny man named Josh. He laughed on everything. If his friend says it's hot outside, he laughed. One day a rich man said to him, "You look nice, man. Can you paint my house with the pot of paint?" Josh said, "First keep a meeting for it." The man said, "Okay." 10 days later, a meeting was held in a nice big room. The man said, "That what's so important that you asked for a meeting for just painting a house?" Josh said, "Nothing, just I
Wow,
wanted to
Aman,
learn."
I love your story. Yes, Aman, keep reading. I love your story and I love the way you have used that character, your object, your theme, everything is here. Yes, Aman.
"Nothing, just I wanted to laugh." The man said, "So why you held a meeting for just laughing?" He said, "I wanted to laugh in front of you so you first know who I really am." The man thought he was joking, and the man said, "No time for joke," because he didn't know that what man he mistakenly had chosen. The meeting was soon ended, and a worker of the man gave a big pot of paint. Josh followed the address of the house and reached the place in no time. And when he reached the house, he found more pot of paints. He thought he can play a little and then paint. He started juggling with the pots. After a while, he thought, "How I should paint. Now I should paint." And he put a ladder near the wall and started painting. When he had painted the wall, he jumped down the ladder and mixed all the paints. It turned brown, and he painted the house brown. Now, when the work was finished, he went out the house and came in again to see the beautifully painting. But he felt sad because he did not like the painted house. He thought he could fix it, but then the time was over. The man was coming, and Josh felt worried. Now he would be sent. Josh felt worried that now he would be sent to jail because the man was rich. Josh bought pots of paint and started to paint on the brown paint. No, miss, 1 minute. Which he bought pots of paint and started to paint color in on brown. He then sat down for rest. The work was still incomplete, and the man came. Josh saw him out the window and hid himself under the table because he was worried a lot. The man came and said, "Who painted this amazing painted? Who painted this amazing house?" Josh came out and said, "Isn't it bad?" The man said, "It's awesome," and gave Josh $100 for the work. Josh happily went home without any worries. The end.
That's very good, Aman. 9 on 10. Even if you write down such a brilliant story in your examination, you're definitely going to secure 9 on 10. If the story carries 10 marks, 9 on 10 from my side. And your teacher will also give you the same, I believe. Very good, Aman.
Miss.
Hardly any grammatical errors. Okay. There is only one thing that you need to work on: vocabulary. Okay. And there is one thing that I wanted to say here. Linguistically, we are the most insecure nation in the world. It means what? It means this, that we are so conscious of the way we speak others' language. Isn't it so? How are we speaking English? What type of words we are using? Are we fumbling and stumbling? Isn't it so? So that should not happen. People make or maybe try to make people feel ashamed of how they are speaking, not how exactly they are pronouncing a certain words and all that. But that should not happen, because when it comes to other nations or to us, when we are dealing with foreigners, they come to us, they come to our country, and they try to speak Urdu, and they speak it so badly. Isn't it so? They pronounce the names so badly. They can't say a single word correctly. Isn't it so? And still, what is our reaction? Oh, look how cute! Look how cute! Isn't it so? We find them very cute when they are actually um, speaking Urdu. But when Pakistanis speak English, people become so conscious, isn't it so? So that's one thing which everybody, all of you, should keep in mind, is that um, your first language is Urdu, your second language is English. So whatever command you have on the language is real good enough. Thumbs up to all of you. Okay. Now our second, yes, I think Nahal, I took your name.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, Nahal, you are going to share your story now.
English. I'm Pakistani, but I speak English.
Can
Wet
you
a wet pair of shoes. Once upon a time, there was a boy named Ali. One day, he was reading book in his room. He was so bored. He asked his mother, "Mom, can I go and play in the garden?" His mom said, "No, go and do your homework." Ali said, "Okay, Mom." He opened the door quietly and crawled quietly in and went in the garden and played soccer with his friend. His mom knew because she was looking from the window when he was playing. He did not knew that there was a hole. When mom saw from the window that Ali fall in the hole, she was running and helped him come out. He said sorry. His mom said it's okay and live nicely.
Okay, Nahal. Thank you so much, Nahal. I really enjoyed your story. Nahal, please share with me the theme of your story. What theme did you select, Nahal?
Ma'am, I didn't select a theme because I was thinking so much, but I didn't have any idea.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. That maybe you did not give any hint on the theme. That's why I asked you this. But otherwise, your character, the object that you used, I really enjoyed that. Third, Javeria. Nahal, thank you so much. It was brilliant. Yes, Javeria, quickly.
Miss,
You have
I'm
8
done with
minutes
my
quickly. Towards
Okay, ma'am.
Miss, I'm done with my story.
May I start?
um, uh, who was that? Yeah. Third, who is supposed
Shall.
to uh, Abdullah or Javeria? Who will be sharing now? Whose
Miss,
name
may
I
I
took?
share? I was third.
Okay, so Abdullah is going to share his story. Someone else said that they have finished their story. Who
Miss,
was
it
it?
was me, Shall.
Okay, Ishal. So right after Abdullah, we have Javeria and then Ishal. Okay, and then the rest, of course, will follow automatically. Okay, Abdullah, loudly and clearly.
Okay. The true friends. Once there was a resident boy who lived in Pakistan. His name was John and he loved to play soccer. And there was a boy named Chuck and he was very clever. The park where John and his friends play soccer, there was a house very
Ma'am,
near to
I'm done with my story.
there was a man
Clear.
who lived in their house. His name was Alan. Once John and his friends and Chuck was playing soccer, but suddenly Chuck shot the ball and the ball broke the window of Alan's house. And Alan came out from his house and he was very angry and shouted, "Who broke my window?" Chuck lied to Alan that it was John. Alan came near John, started shouting at him, but his friend told Alan it was Chuck, but Alan didn't believe them. John Alan that out asked Alan that outside your house are there security cameras? Alan replied yes, and John told Alan, let's check the security footage. And they all went to check it. And then Alan saw the truck broke its windows. Then he apologized from John and started shouting at Chuck. And John and his friends started playing soccer again. And Chuck learned his lesson. He's done.
Okay, Abdullah, last two sentences again. Just last two sentences.
Alan replied yes, and John told Alan, let's check the security footage. And they all went to check it. Then Alan saw that truck broke its window. Then he apologized from John and started shouting at Chuck. And John and his friends started playing soccer again, and Chuck learned his lesson.
Brilliant, Abdullah. In such a short time, though you missed yesterday's session, you have performed so well. I loved your story. Okay, I just made you read the last two sentences because I just wanted to give the theme of your story. So that was
Ma'am, I'm
brilliant,
done.
Abdullah.
I'm
Yes,
done.
dear. Yes, Honey. After Javeria, we have Ishal and then Honey. Okay. Yes, Javeria, your turn. Quickly, beta.
Miss, my story is actually 888 words long.
No
So should I
problems.
read
We'll
it now?
listen to you patiently.
Patiently, okay. The drive from the supermarket and back home was long, approximately 2 hours. Nawaki felt tired. After the long day of stacking bread and cheese, all Nawaki wanted to do was sleep as long as possible. After catching an Uber back to his house, he realized he forgot to turn off the lights of the supermarket. Frustrated, he pulled out his phone to call his colleague, but he soon realized his battery was dead. He muttered to himself, man, why does God do the worst happen for me? He knew he would get fired, but he didn't care. When he got home, he placed his phone on the side of his bed with the charger on and went to take a shower. After, 50 minutes later, he heard the sound of his phone ring. Even though it was a bit muffled, he could still hear the faint sound of his ringtone. He got out of the shower and picked up the phone. Hello, he said in an irritated voice. Milwaukee, why did you call me? Why do you keep calling me? You know I'm mostly asleep at this time. His colleague Misaki asked. At that time, Milwaukee got alarmed. No one was my friend's house at that time. But then it hit him. Maybe his colleague was playing a prank on him. They did have a close relationship. Stop playing around. Misaki said in a convincing voice, believe me, Namaki, I got 8 missed calls from you. I can even send you a screenshot. Namaki chuckled and said, sure, send it to me. After some time, he went to make some hot chocolate and then And that is when he got it. Misaki wasn't lying. At this point, Novak was convinced that there was someone in his house. He got a brilliant plan in his mind. He locked himself in his room and one by one checked every piece in the house. He was left with nothing, so he saw a sigh of relief washed over him. Nawaki ran under his bedsheet. The next morning, Nawaki's son got up to make coffee. The incident already left his mind. After drinking coffee, Nawaki got a call from his boss. Crap, now on, he muttered. He did pick up the phone and said, "Good morning, boss." Nawaki boss said, great job, Nawaki. Yesterday you spent almost a whole night cleaning up the market. Because of this, you will get a raise today. Please drop by my office to that. Nawaki couldn't say a word. He couldn't leave this. Upon entering the supermarket, he saw a brown box with disgusting scent, and at the corner of his eye, he saw a big black swan. He didn't think much of it, but decided to. When he entered this market, a cold gust of wind washed over his face. On the right side of the market was the office of the boss. On the left side was a security room. Nawaki opened the door and said, "Good morning, boss." The Nawaki's boss chuckled and said, "Nawaki, it's good to see you. Let's get to the point. From now on, you're." It sounded too. He was so excited. He shook his hands, boss, and said, "Thank you, sir." With this good news came a good salary. When he was more than excited. He decided to buy a new plot. He finally got his dream car. A few days later, Nawaki's son got his plot, a nice, big furnished house. His neighborhood was very luxurious. But there was one thing that got on Nawaki's nerves. Every morning for about 2 years, an old man would arrive at Nawaki's doorstep and say, "Very lovely day, isn't it? Die today." It got to the point where Nawaki could not sleep for days. One day,
Yes, Ishal. Yes, Javeria.
suddenly recognized it. It was the same box he found 2 years earlier. Chills ran down his spine. What is in this box? The that produced such an unstandable odor, he muttered. As he lifted the lid of the box, a horrifying scent awaited Nawaki. The box had a dislocated head inside it. Nawaki realized who it belonged to. It was his boss's, and also the box had a note drenched in blood saying, "Very lovely day. Isn't it? Hopefully you don't die." A chill felt sick to his stomach. He ran into his house and contacted the police. When the police arrived, Nawaki explained everything that happened, and the police said, "We will contact you if we find something." 2 years later, Nawaki left his job and started to work as a computer engineer. The event traumatized Nawaki. He couldn't believe a serial killer put on his door for 2 years. Heard and heard made and what he heard made his. FBI had no clue as to who it could be. The news reporter read. A later, a few days later,
Okay. Javeria, read the last 3 sentences of your story for me. Just last 3. I understand your story till here. I'd just like you to take us to the end of it. Yeah, Javeria.
Yes, maybe she got disconnected.
Yeah, I feel the same. Okay.
Because she was lagging throughout her story.
Yeah, yes. Ishal, with this, we are, I think, moving on to you. And Ishal, I somehow am not the co host of this meeting. I just noticed it. So that's why I did not receive any notification when you were waiting.
Right,
Then
I'm sorry. Yeah, it's fine.
it's okay. And my mobile, I do not normally keep it, near to me when I am holding a session. It was just near. I just checked it now and I was listening. It was like.
Yes,
I,
miss, it's fine. It's
realized
fine.
that
Don't
I'm
worry.
not the co-host, so I could not receive any notification that you were there in the meeting room. Okay.
Yes, miss, it's fine. It's no problem.
That's okay, dear. Let's now. We are moving on to Ishal. Now Ishal is going to share her story with us. Yes, Ishal.
Okay. My story title is One Wrong Move. $20. Don't you think it's a bit expensive? Ayako's mother at the shop says, Mom,
Loudly, clearly, with
loudly.
pauses.
Okay,
Here, loudly,
$20.
clearly, with
Okay.
pauses.
Okay. Okay. $20. Don't you think it's a bit expensive, Ayako? Ayako's mother at the ship says, Mom, Ayako protests. Shorthand from Mom, you're embarrassing me. Mom, you're bugging me. Mom, you're driving me crazy. Ayako has said that word 8,000 times in the past couple of years. The complaint, Mom, was usually so perfect at conveying Ayako's thoughts, but it sounds all wrong in this huge shops. Ayako wonders why. They bought it. Ayako's first ever not used scarves. Almost all of Ayako's are hand-me-downs from her older sister, Chiro. Ayako is really excited to try out all of her different scarves her mother just bought her. Just as she reaches to her room, her mother grabs her arm and firmly and says, Ayako, if your father found out that I bought this for $20, he will cut your pocket money, so don't mention it to him. Ayako shrugged and went to her room. She never really let her stepmother's advice get to her, and meeting her always reminded her of her older brother. She always wished she could meet her older brother again after her parents split. All Ayako heard Chiro saying was to her father
Brilliant,
in
Ishal. I love the way you are taking this story ahead. I love the theme. Brilliant. Go ahead.
Okay. Okay. She always reminded her of her older brother. She always wished she could meet her brother again after her parents split. All Ayako heard Chiro saying to her father in sobs were, "You could have stopped him for her sake. She's young, Dad, and besides, yes, she was much more attached to her brother than me." But now is not the time to sulk. Ayako just got some new scarves, and those two that are trendy. She tried them all out, but the best one of all of them was the green scarf because it matched her green yellow top. She asked Chiro's suggestion on how to adjust it in the best way for school. They agreed that the best way was to wrap it around her neck and hair. The next day at school, everyone was looking at Ayako and staring at her. Now that's weird. I've never been given that much attention to before. It's probably because of my trendy outfit, Ayako thought. When she went home, Chiro looked at her in a disgusted way and asked her, "What's that on your shirt?" Ayako looked down and saw her shirt rip through the front, only it went through her body. Ayako screamed and screamed and screamed until her throat was sore. OMG, Ayako, are you okay? Chiro took hold of her shoulders and started shaking her really hard. Ayako stopped screaming and pointed at her stomach. Chiro looked down and asked, Ayako, I was joking. There's nothing there. What did you look at? No, Chiro, my stomach has a hole through it. Look, Ayako yelled. Ayako, stop acting weird. There's nothing there. Chiro scolded her sister. Ayako looked down and saw nothing. She asked for being excused and went back to the store to get a refund of her scarf. She had a very weird feeling that that everything had to do with the scarf. Everything. She also had a very weird nightmare last night. She had the green scarf with her and she was standing in front of a lake. She threw her scarf in. While coming home, she went in the wrong direction and saw the green scarf lying in the way. I am the unluckiest teen in the world, she yelled, and right then she woke up and everything went right for the day and later on, life. I'm done, miss.
Very good. That's very good, Ishal. And I really enjoyed your story. How many paragraphs does it have?
Yes, it
How many
has like 5 or 6 paragraphs.
dialogues have been separated from each other?
Yeah,
Each
they are.
started anew? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. That's very
I
nice.
can share the screen if you want to see it.
Um, I love it.
You want me to share my screen?
Yeah, please do.
Right, so here's my story. I wrote it in Word document. So shall I scroll down? Or are you reading it?
Yeah.
Right.
Scroll it down. Scroll further down. Further down. Further down.
Further, okay.
That's it. Stop it. That's it. Ishan, stop it.
Yep, stopped.
Stop in the middle of the story.
Stopped
Second
in
page.
it. Okay, second page, right?
Yeah,
Wait,
that's
I'll
it.
just.
That's it.
Okay,
Thank you. Thank you. Stop here. Stop here.
right.
Need to zoom it further, Ishal. Something happened to it. minimized. Yeah, please, please, please. Once more, that's it. We are done. Thank you.
Welcome.
Good. That's good, Ishal. I love your story and the way you have written down your dialogues as well. It's very good. It's very good. Just take me towards the end of your story. Last 3 lines, which
Okay. Last 3 lines. Okay, these are the last 3 lines.
how much of it was already there when you joined us?
There was almost until Chiro right here.
Okay.
I just wrote this all down right now.
Okay. That's very good. That's very good. I will just give you one suggestion. Character development and setting needs a little bit of more attention from your side, plus a bit of vocabulary that maybe you can, add to make your
Right.
story sparkle. Because since you have written down such a good piece, a brilliant piece, and you know that apart from you and Javeria, and maybe Asjad and Abdullah, I'm sorry if I'm missing any name. The other students of this session are quite young, isn't it so? So I am expecting such pieces from you, and it's a mixed class, so that's why I kept the maturity level of the things which are of the activities which we did together down a bit. And still, I'm told again and again to slow the pace of the class and everything, and take it slowly and all that. So that's why. Let's see. It's okay. No problem. It's okay. Thank you so much, Isha.
Welcome.
You can stop sharing your screen. Thank you so much, dear.
Yes, I'm done with my story.
And now Haneen, we are moving on to Haneen now. Yes, Haneen, your story. And everybody is looking forward to Haneen and Nahal and Abans and
Yes, I'm done with my story.
and Hamna and Khadija's story. Isn't it so? The younger ones.
Yeah.
Yes, Haneen.
I really want to hear my sister's story.
Why not yours?
Because
Yeah.
I already knew. It's just 101 words.
I
Well-
love it. 101 words, and we do not have much time. So I love your story. 101 words. Go ahead with this.
The Lost Traveler. Once upon a time, there was a girl named Lily. She had a brother named Tom. The mother's name was Jessica. Jessica was the captain. They were going on a trip. On that day, they were going to Canada. Of course, their mother was made the plane time, but she got distracted by music. Tom and me was playing music because they were bored. They didn't have earbuds. Not even AirPods Air. They got lost. They start Lily and Tom were wearing the green scarf. Lily and Tom took off the scarf. The end.
Oh, that was lovely. I loved it. Okay. Thank you so much, Haneen. I really enjoyed. With this, we are moving on to after Haneen, whose turn it is. Should I immediately move
That
on
is
to
my story.
Hania and then Asjad? Asjad or Hania? Who said this?
Yes, I said it.
Okay, then please go ahead with your story.
The Legend of the Haunted Forest. The wind howled louder and louder every step Leah, a young explorer in the forest, took. The forest was damp and wet and was covered by big tall trees that not even a glimpse of light could get through, and Leah was just a small explorer wandering around the huge, noisy zoo of animals right in the middle of a large ocean of trees. She was wearing a pair of black boots covered with mud, a black and brown t-shirt, some gray shorts, and a golden bracelet with a glistening red ruby. As she walked around the impossible to get through maze, trying to find her way out, she stumbled across a small cave. I guess I will stay here for the night, she said to herself, looking around the forest that had all gone dark. But Leah was not so sure. The cave was all cramped and was covered in dust, and there were spider webs in every corner. But Leah had no choice. At night, the predators would come out to hunt. So Leah went inside and made herself at home. The night was surprisingly quiet compared to the loud and noisy day. Leah had a good rest after the tiring day she had. In the morning, Leah was woken by the singing of birds. Their voice was as sweet as honey. But the morning did not go as planned. Leah planned her whole day in the night. She thought that she could have some berries for breakfast and find her way out. But in the morning, as she was eating breakfast, she heard a voice that said, Leah. She kept on ignoring it, but it kept getting louder and louder, so she decided to follow it. The voice was coming from a corner in the cave. She saw a small hole that was shaped like a triangle. Suddenly, she heard a voice again, but this time it said, Leah, insert a key to find it. Leah was surprised. Who are you, and what do you want from me? Asked Leah. Insert the ruby, replied the voice. And why exactly would I do it? Asked Leah, but there was no reply. Scared and annoyed, Leah did what she was told, but didn't know what she was supposed to do. Fortunately, Leah was the smartest in her class, so she quickly found out what I meant. She looked at her ruby and saw that it perfectly matched the hole in the wall. Leah carefully inserted it, and as a result, it was a perfect fit. Suddenly, the ground started shaking. It was like the earth sneezed. After a little while, a room appeared in the cave. Leah could not believe her eyes. It was a small room with a floating book in it. The enchanted book, she said. The enchanted book was a large magical book that could see the future. Leah was scared and excited. She walked towards it. Leah eagerly wanted to see her future. Leah was scared and excited. She walked toward it. So Leah went ahead and asked it, what will happen in my future? Leah waited for an answer. After a while, the book said, Leah, finally. Let's see. Oh, here it is. Ah, yes, very unfortunate. What is it? Asked Leah. You will lose your family unless you don't do something quick, the book replied. What should I do? Asked Leah impatiently. Save your family by going to war. It replied. War, thought Leah in tears. She sat there all alone in the room, just thinking about what happened. The end.
That's very good, Hanya. And I really enjoyed your story. And you have written down it's almost 6 o'clock. I agree completely. And I can see easily that Asjad, Hamna, and Khadija have left the meeting, which is saddening because they were supposed to share their stories with us. And for them, I slowed the pace of my classes down. So I really would like everybody to participate and share, and that's how you will learn and grow. Because, writing down in sitting in the comfort of your home and just write down something and keep it in a corner and let it perish is not something that we should do. We should write down and then share, should have the confidence to share it with all of us. And okay, so yes, it's almost 6 o'clock. See some of you on Friday. Friday 4:30 we decided, okay, and some of you I'll be inviting to my personal meeting room on Saturday 3:30. Okay, so Ishal, Hanya, and Hanin, my personal meeting room Saturday 3:30. Friday, the rest of you 4:30. Okay, Aban, Abdullah, Asjad, and everyone else. Okay, so take good care, all of you. Okay, we have a lot to do in our next classes, which are supposed to follow. Next week will be the last week. I hope you all enjoyed this course, learned a lot, practiced a lot. This is what you should do as writers. Okay, keep writing, keep enjoying, have fun. All the best. Take good care. Allah Hafiz, all of you.
Allah Hafiz.
Allah
Allah
Hafiz,
Hafiz, ma'am.
Allah
Allah
Hafiz,
Hafiz, miss.
Allah Hafiz, beta.
Allah Hafiz, miss.
Allah Hafiz, Janu. Bye, my beta.